I'm just going to now turn it over to Matthew and say, this is a man who needs no introduction. I won't do it justice, but I will say that when we met Matthew about 6 weeks ago, we had a long lunch that turned into a long cup of tea. And Matthew shares our ethos as a company. I was just blown away, not only by Matthew's accomplishments in theater and cinema, but the kind of person he is, the kind of person you are. So the fact that you were willing to join us on the journey with Wethrivv means so much to Amy and I. I can't even put it in words. So Matthew, welcome to our family, welcome to the journey, and it's an honor to have you here. If you'd like to say a few words, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to meet everybody. I didn't anticipate speaking, so I'm not prepared. I mentioned something earlier when we were in the dining room to your family about, because we're in New Jersey, to evoke Frank Sinatra. He was at a place he was waiting for his car, and the guy brought the car up to him, and Frank Sinatra took his cufflinks off and he gave them to the valet. And he got in the car, and the guy said, "Frank, what were you doing? You gave him $5,000 gold cufflinks." And he said, "Yeah, because I'm just renting." And he said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Look, I'm renting. In a few years, someone's going to be sleeping in my house. They'll be sleeping in my bed. They'll be driving my car. They'll be wearing my clothes." He says, "That kid now has a story to be able to tell for the rest of his life with those gold cufflinks." And the profound part of that is that we are all temporarily here. And there's a great saying from, if you've never read it, called The Mote of Dust by Carl Sagan. And when they sent Voyager 1 out into outer space, when it was about 1 million miles away from Earth, Carl Sagan asked NASA to turn the Voyager around and to take a parting glance, take a parting photograph of our little part of the Milky Way galaxy. If you look very carefully at the photo that was captured, he said, you see a tiny blue dot. He said, that's us. Everyone that ever existed on that tiny mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Every conqueror, every warrior, every artist, every scientist, every doctor lived there on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. And when you think about that, I studied astronomy in college. I studied astronomy and oceanography. And astronomy is a very humbling pursuit, because you realize how lucky we are to be here renting this space that we have here. So to do something that alleviates pain and suffering and can give people happiness as medical doctors, as scientists, as researchers, as artists, anything that we can do to make this little brief moment of time that we have here that much more enjoyable, I'm all for it. I'm all in. And so I want to thank you and your family for inviting all of us to come into your home.